record us at a time where you see what spiritual reality is really about. Spontaneous. It's not like we record anything. We just at the time, whatever it is, whatever we want to talk about, something that maybe you want to talk about. You asked me about, you know,
The ceremony.
ceremonies, and so
Well, you got the logs
that
there.
vibe of that word ceremony gave me this song, and that's how the spiritual reality works.
Oh, you just came up with that song then?
Yeah, that
Uh,
just happened, just like
okay,
that's
all
what
right.
spiritual reality is about. It's spontaneous, just like that. At any given time, any subject we want to talk about, we'll talk about it in a song.
Well, that fits perfectly with Straight from the Streets.
That's
Straight from the
right.
Streets is spontaneous. Nothing
Right,
is
and that's what
scripted.
so that's what I'm saying. No rehearsals. We just you asked me about ceremonies, and that's what came out.
Now, how often do you have a ceremony with the fire?
Whenever I so desire, no given time. That's spontaneous. Everything is spontaneous. So it's just, and that's what being a goddess is all about. Is there's no time for me to do anything. I do whatever it is whenever I want at whatever time that it is that I need to do.
So there's
Say if someone was running down the street and shooting, I need to go in the house.
Makes sense.
No need to think and stop and go, who's getting shot? I don't care. All I have, gun in the house.
so there's no time of the month for the ceremony with the
No,
fire.
we don't
Whenever.
follow any religious doctrine and that. So where there, see, religious doctrines are for, frankly speaking, for minor minds that need that to tell them what to do all the time. Because there was a need for that at a time for people. There was a need for that. But now is not the time. There's no need for that anymore. Because you have to elevate your mind, yourself, to be above that. It's just like being a child. When you get 18, you're grown. That means you're supposed to know everything that is to know to care for yourself and take care of yourself. Even though you are still part of the whole. And that's, basically.
Now, you informed me about some jewelry and things like that you folks will have for sale.
Yes,
Can you take a
these
look
bracelets here, my mother,
Very
she
beautiful.
is a genius, I tell you. And my children makes these bracelets too. But all these on my arm, my mother, she makes the headbands, she calls the circuit bracelets.
Now, do you have
Native
any kind
American.
of Native American?
Yes.
Do you have any kind of a website you sell that on?
Well, that would be to my mother if she so desired. These are like special people, and it's like you almost have to be asked. It's like my mother, but she would just have to say, okay, do you desire a bracelet? That's how she sells them. So it's not like she'd be on a website.
You can say, well, I desire a bracelet, and I would say, well, what are your colors? Because these are spiritual bracelets, and so they are made and they come with my blessings of the mother, and they make them in your spiritual colors because, when you look at them all day, your favorite colors, and they're supposed to light and lift you up. See, that's the purpose of it. So they are made by order. So if someone asks for a bracelet, then the first thing I want to know is what color would you like, and then you take it from there. Although I do make some things, just for sale, and they usually go pretty fast. And then my family,
I see your mom's got is that a Jewish on her forehead?
They call it the Star of David, I think.
It's called the Star of David, and the Jewish are the last ones to use this symbol. This symbol is the ancient old symbol. It actually is the sign of man.
That's the original.
The 6 points is the 6 points of man.
The two beings, the male and the female, the upper world and the lower world, the spiritual world and the physical world. That's what that really represents. And so, and over the period of time, other cultures have adopted that. Even had the Chinese and the Japanese also used that same very symbol. And also the symbol of the swastika, that people think that's the original symbol or the original meaning of it, but it is not.
What, the swastika?
Swastika. swastika is very ancient. It always
That's
all the way
the
back.
backwards symbol of the wheel of life.
Well,
If
it
you look at the
goes
wheel
all
of
way-
life, it's a backwards.
Yeah, you could say that. It goes all the way back to Egypt, and in Egypt times, you know, what a lot of people didn't know what Hitler was using that for was it also represents the dark sun.
Well, he
It's
was definitely,
magic, and he's
yeah.
into magic and all that stuff like that. So a lot of people don't even really know. When he started to march, it became the cross of motion, and it's used to destroy and conquer, and that's what that as a swastika, because it has another meaning when going the other way. So it has another meaning, and the other meaning in the dark sun, and it has a lot. It goes all the way back to Egypt, and a lot of ancient people use that sign, this symbol as well. As the ancient.
The swastika?
Yeah, the ancient Manchus used that symbol too, the swastika, in the priesthood.
Well, I didn't know. I
So
thought that he was the one that the Nazis came up with that.
No,
No?
they adopted that. See, Hitler was into the ancient Jewish. He was into Hebrew. He was into all of that. That's what he was. Hitler, as I understand it, mother was Jewish, really. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah. Part
yeah,
Jewish.
and so he had a thing about he wanted to create a what he called a pure Aryan race, going back to the blue-eyed, blonde-haired European. So, but Hitler was so intelligent. He knew about a lot of those symbols. They had
I don't know
very
how
strong
intelligent he
meanings.
was, but
Oh yeah, he was intelligent.
He
but
could
a lot
talk.
of psychopaths are intelligent too. So, matter of fact, most psychopaths are very intelligent.
well, that was one of the darkest eras in the of
But
all
yeah,
mankind.
you can look that information up. It's right out there about the swastika and its original. Even the Native Americans, a lot of them use that sign. So, but not as a swastika.
The swastika.
Just as the cross as well, but it doesn't have the same meaning.
Okay.
Like the cross in the Native American, it would mean the four directions, the spirits of the four directions. That's what that symbol means. So it means something different to a lot of different people. But if we take it back onto its ancient times, then we can go back and say what was it used for as originally, as far as back as man, or what knowledge of our stories that we do have.
So the swastika was around during the pyramid time?
The swastika was around in ancient Egyptian times. If you study or know anything about Egyptian ethology, you will find that symbol.
The swastika. Okay. Well, how about the wheel of life? Where did that? That's the opposite direction.
That's just astrology. That's the wheel of astrology. That's what astrology is all about.
Well, that's the opposite way, though.
Of astrology, and the opposite direction is the ages. The ages is the wheel turning opposite, because when you go to the ages, you go opposite. Like we just coming out of the age of Pisces, and we going into the age of Aquarius instead of the age of Aries, because in the wheel of life, the ages they run backwards according to the signs and the stars in the sky, say from Aries to Pisces. The ages run the opposite way, and so that's where that comes from.
Now the bracelets you have on, do they have any kind of power to them?
Oh yeah, of course. Everything has power when you give it power. That's the key. You give whatever it is power. You either give power or you take power away. And that's what it is.
Are they protective?
Yes, everything. These bracelets are everything that I am. So they energize me who I am.
You got a lot of them.
Oh yes, and these are the colors because I like all colors. So, you know, they energize me. They represent my peoples.
Well, years back, a shaman offered to make me an omelet. I mean, not, was it amulet? Amulet. For protection, and I told him, I said I didn't think I needed that, but probably because I didn't think there's anything behind it. But
see, that's what it is. You didn't energize it, so there was nothing.
no, he didn't make me one. I didn't.
See, but this is my point. You energize whatever. You energize that camera. That camera is nothing without you energizing it to make it work. That's anything. That hat's nothing sitting on a shelf unless you energize it, putting it on your head. Then people see that, And when they see that, so it's a nice hat. It's the energy that you just put to that hat. So you energize anything that you can see and do within your senses on this third dimensional plane that we live in.
Well, they got Kirlian photography now. That for the aura, supposedly they can take a picture of
Well,
it.
you know what? There's some people need that. You know, some people can see an aura, your aura.
I've met
So,
some people.
You know,
Yeah.
you know, that's very easily. So, you know, I can see everyone, and anyone, it's really, anyway, that's as far as I want to go with that.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Well,
Goddess can't give up all her stuff. I'll just
Goddess-
say
Well, we want to
things
know
that-
all the secrets.
Well, I can't
Debbie-
tell any secrets. I can only tell what is to be known. And that's what I bring. Whatever it is that needs to be known, if I have it in me, I will let it be known. It is my purpose to give my people what it is that they need. I'm not selfish about it, and I'm not about any money or materialistic gains from any of this. So that's not what I'm about. Not about that at all. So,
Okay.
you know, by the way, did I tell you that I got fired at the Tyrone Lewis gym?
How come?
Well, that doesn't mean that you can't go back in there and
No,
work
that's
out.
beautiful. I'm glad I did because no, I really wanted to go with you guys at the other gym anyway, and I needed more time once. I needed more time once I started working.
Yeah, when you want to go,
in the
AJ,
daytime.
since you don't go to work until 3 now, bring the Goddess along. We'll go to the gym.
What you do with this thing? Oh,
These are some of the
I brought
lovely
out some
things
of the
that my
stuff to show you some of
artist
the
mother
stuff
has
that I
made.
do here.
Isn't that nice?
Yes, sir.
It looked like it'd take a lot of work to make that.
Yes, yes.
This
You
my
had another
grandson's,
side like that, you
here,
could put-
Amy.
you could
This
put
is
stuff
made-
in.
This is made for Baraka, his baby. I see some of the maybe if you see. This is some of the stuff that I make here.
Now with that right there, with the bracelets, do you have any kind of a spiritual or psychic abilities?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Or you don't want to give away your secrets?
Well, that's saying that someone has a psychic ability. It's not really a secret because a lot of people know that there are people who have psychic abilities.
How much do
And
these run?
These I sell
I would say that I'm in tune with myself and I have a direct connection
with diamonds in it
with
inside.
the mother of the
Actually,
universe.
if you want to wear it on the
Once
black
you
side,
go to know who you are
nice on the black
and
side.
connect and be true to yourself and know all of your faults and strive to move forward and past the evils that you've done in your life.
Like it get dirty on the inside, you put it on the
And you recognize that and you deactivate that Willie Lynch chip in your mind within the incarceration of that mind within the United States of America as being a Native American, you know, and knowing the atrocities that my people had gone through. And understanding, not faulting the European for what he have done, but understanding that everything is just in the universe. Everything. And you have to understand, you got to know that what you did was wrong, and you had to be punished for that. So now everything that goes around comes around. So when, excuse me, so when you realize what happened to your people, that it was the fault of our ancestors and the atrocities that our ancestors have done, even towards other people, as people don't even know, or it's not been taught, even by Europeans, that these things had to come back onto you. And when they come back onto you, they come back on 10 or 10 times worse than the previous. Now, in the age of Aquarius, for all the European domination and control in the world and whatever the sadistic and terrible things they've done, now is their time in the revolution, in the evolution, that now they must face their payback.